Hello darlings, so we're just going to make a quick video because in order to keep up with everything going on and my work, the best way is just for me to do short videos to keep up with all the information. So this is a picture of the sigils of Saturn. We have been through the 4 mutable ages, so the wheel opened, the Milky Way opened in Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, and then we had Virgo, ruled by Mercury. Then we had the age of air, Gemini, ruled by Mercury, and now we are leaving Pisces, ruled by Jupiter, and we are at this crunch moment of the total contraction, and the wheel, the skull and bone cross, will be leaving. So you see it opens and shuts. This is bringing us back to the umbrella. This is the sigil of Lucifer, the last V for victory. That is those closed in the triangle. And we're going to be having the retrograde of Mercury in Capricorn with Jupiter and Mercury conjunct at the same time. So the rulers, Jupiter and Mercury of the mutable cross. And this is the crunch point, and it's coming up for this 322. So very important that you get this image again from Alchemist Spiritual Chakra Astrology, from Lars. All his pictures are absolutely brilliant. If you go and look at all his pictures, you can really get the dynamics of how the wheel works. So this is the wheel coming back to the 8. So these merge. Saturn is the only planet to rule Aquarius and Capricorn. We've got Scorpio and Libra merging, Aries and Taurus. That's the Milky Way comes back, and the Sun and the Moon, there will be no more need because they are merging back. So Jacob's ladder, JL, J, the Joker, Jake, who stormed the White House, J, and L is the 12th letter. So we're playing with, yesterday was the official 11/11 date, because the 11th of January is this is the trick. So yesterday was 111, 3 legs, and it's officially, you see the red, the sun is still in Sagittarius. So we're playing between the fake 10th month here, December, and the true 12th month for the equinox. So JL cut is the last leg, and this is the 2 months that we're going to be living now until the 3/3 crucifixion day, which for the public is May, May Day, Midi, the maypole spin, and for this date of 3/3, which I'll take you to see again. So yesterday was the official remember, put your body parts back together, and this is the Saint Martin fast, the man in the red cloak, Saint Martin de Tours, which is Othicus, which is the Joker, which is the peg in the leg. So that was Sagittarius. The sun is still in Sagittarius, and it was the official yesterday. Today we're the 12th, and tomorrow we're going to have the black moon. We have the black moon tomorrow right on this star Altair. This is the golden triangle, Altair, Deneb, Vega, with the loop, with the loup in French. The wolf is the loop in the middle. So it's going to be right on this Altair and on this wolf. And so this is on the 13th, and it's the 1st of January, which makes again that 14 for the 14 pieces of Osiris, which is also the number 5 to find your head, your 5th body member. Saint Martin de Tours. So Saint Martin de Tours is St. Martin's Day. It's All Saints' Day. It's the signing of the armistice. It's the 1111. which is the same as this date coming up, 2-2. So Martin represents Mars and Tin represents Jupiter. These are the hands of Kohanin, and this is the thumb, which is Mars, and the first finger, which is Jupiter. So they open and shut. This is the tomb raider. This is the opening to get above the sun and moon diaphragm, which is the frame, which is the dome. You need the wisdom to open the doors, which gives the V for victory, and the doors open. So you see the movement of the opening, and you can go watch Lavette's video, The Symbology of the 2020 Conjunction, and she explains. So this is the opening. We're leaving the emotions, we're leaving the water and fire, and we rise above the dome, the diaphragm, the sun and the moon, and we're currently going through that throat chakra, four-wheel drive, which is the last leg. 16 is the throat chakra, which is the 8 and the 8 that merges, or the 1-6, which is 7, which is the last V, the last leg. J10, L12, this is the difference between between the 10 here and the 12, the 10 and the 12, the last leg. The chart, this is the chart for the black moon tomorrow. So it's exactly under Altair, opposite Sirius. This is the yellow and reds, yellow fire, red air, masculine axis, and this gap between the tail of the snake and the head of the snake, that is the silver and golden gateway. This is the gap. This is the gap of the wardrobe in Narnia. And so we've got the black moon conjunct Pluto still in Sagittarius, and Saturn, Mercury and Jupiter. So the rulers of the skull and bone cross, Jupiter and Mercury conjunct Saturn in Capricorn. And we've got Mars, the ruler of Scorpio and the ruler of Aries. So the tail of the snake in Scorpio with the ruler conjunct Uranus. And the energy of this new moon is going to be for the next month, where we've got the retrograde coming and all the planets coming into Capricorn. So Jupiter is keeping the power of this energy of this last gap. And this is why it's important to completely switch off from anything political going on. There's no left-right path. There's just being centered and in yourself, within yourself at this time. So let's watch this movement. So then on the 14th, we've got the moon that has moved into Capricorn. The moon is in detriment in Capricorn. The moon rules Cancer, opposites. So, and we've got, and that's on the 14th, the 14 pieces of Osiris. And then we'll watch Mercury. Mercury will begin, he will be stationary. So on the 29th, which is 11, so we've got the 3 legs, you need 4 legs, that's 11 and 1. He begins to go backwards. And there he is going backwards. So this is 21, Aleister Crowley, 777 is 21, and the 21 days of him going backwards. 777 is the same thing as 111, it's the 3 angles. So he's almost invisible now, Mercury. And then so the big date 2-2, Right, this 2-2 is 1-1-1-1. Those are the 4 legs. And then Mercury conjunct Jupiter and Venus on the 13th. So this is Valentine's Day. This is Lupercalia. This is everything I'm going to be explaining today with Rolf Harris, the wolf. Okay, I keep getting interrupted. So, Mercury still going retrograde, beginning of the Lupercalia Festival. Okay, I have explained many times, this is the home of D'Artagnan, the last musketeer, next to where I live. D'Artagnan, which is the dart in Aignan, which is the egg, the heart, the head. Venus rules the heart, Taurus, and the head. Libra, the all-seeing eye. So Lupercalia was an ancient pagan festival held each year in Rome on February the 15th. Although Valentine's Day shares its name with a martyred Christian saint, some historians believe the holiday is actually an offshoot of Lupercalia. Unlike Valentine's Day, however, Lupercalia was a bloody, violent and sexually charged celebration awash with animal sacrifice, random matchmaking and coupling in the hopes of warding off evil spirits and infertility. Romulus and Remus, Range Rover, Rolls Royce, Roman Republic. No one knows the exact origin of Lupercalia. Yep, it's exactly where I live, but it has been traced back as far as the 6th century BC. So this is about Mercury, the twins, the DNA. They were in a cave, so there was represented, so the sacrifice of one or more male goats, a representation of sexuality, and a dog. So Api is the bull god that we saw storming the White House. This is the musketeer. This is, I'm going to be showing you the pictures in a minute. This is Chiron. And my dog Happy for the last time that Mars was on Aldebaran, which we're going to have for this start of this new year. JL cut Mars on Aldebaran. So this is very important to get this. Here's Mercury, the twins. We've got Venus, the ruler of Aldebaran, Taurus, and Libra, conjunct Jupiter, Mercury. Everybody in Capricorn. Then for the 14th, Mercury is still going backwards, and for the Lupercalia dates, it's a 3-day festival, so it's that 13th, 14th, 15th, and then Mercury starts to go forwards on the 21st, which is in all his 3 sevens, 21, the 3 days of his retrogrades. So 21st, and then we're going to have on the 3-3 crucifixion the beginning of this conjunction between Mercury and Jupiter, Venus on the true third eye, the Sun here, and this bit you know. And then we have the 3-2-2, Mercury on Fomalhaut, and Mars on Aldebaran, and the Moon on Merlin's wand. Merle is the blackbird. One of my subscribers reminded me it's not the raven, it's the blackbird, Arthur Merlin. We're just going to join up these dots. I'm just going to take you through a few posts. So the WARD ROBE Frozen Narnia, Buffalo Bill BB22. This is also Blackbeard, the famous pirate from the Isle of Wight, BB22, and opens shuts as Pandora's box. Okay, so it's blah blah. Mr. Tumnus is the 13th Joker Gateway. You've got a contract to get through the gap. Some will freeze, blah, blah. So we've got on the 13th, tomorrow, Mr. Tumnus, Black Moon in Sagittarius. So I'll just take you through these pictures. Buffalo Bill, this is the blue, white and reds that Jake had on him. There's the umbrella. You always get the umbrella with Mr. TUMNUS. He's got his feet in that degree, which is the throat chakra degree. This is the bull gods. I'm coming. So here's the umbrella. And here is the umbrella. So we've had the tilts. Now it's coming back upright. We're leaving the mutable gaps. And we get the perfect 8 gateway. But you've got to get past Mr. TUMNUS. We're going through the gap. Silence of the Lambs. Okay, you know all these pictures. So this is the Tomb Raider, this is the last leg, this is, yesterday was 11/11, but it was January the 11th, which is just January's 1, that's the 3, but the real date of yesterday was 1111. So this is why JL cut, J is 10, and L, the last leg, is the true 12th door. That I just showed you. It's the JL cuts. So here we have the green man, and he's holding the DNA strands. This is the fake pan god. This is Mr. TUMNUS, who takes over our DNA. And he's Ra, the sun god. You see, you've got the sun here. Okay, so there's Blackbeard, BB, putting in that 13th star. It's tomorrow, the black moon. And there is Ophiuchus on the breast, the one breast of Venus, Libra, and he's keeping people in that last leg, that last V. He wants to take the heads. And then we will have, at the end of this crossover, we're at the bullseye in the middle now, 2021, and 2024, we're at Narnia, we're at the lamp. This was the rocket Falcon 9 that was set off at 3:22, which is my postcode, 32290, Falcon 9. Falcon is the Altair, it's Altair. These are the gas pipes which have been set up all around where I live, snaking around, and the Cardinal Cross. This is what we're playing with now, the Cardinal Cross. Jennifer Lopez is JL Cuts. She was the last Super Bowl. You see her in the Jesus Christ crucifixion. Off with her head, Capella, a ficus that kills the snake. This is to kill Bill, this is to kill Capricorn, Capella, and this is what I want to show you, Altair. This is the legend of the 1111 St. Martin's Day. So this is why Martin Kenny was wearing a cape on Facebook, because this is the Free Martins. This is in Adolf Huxley's Brave New World. 70% of women will be barren, Aldebaran, sterilized. So it's basically just Romulus and Remus, the masculine axis, fire and air, taking over from the closing of the Milky Way, which is water and earth. So this is interesting. While Martin was a soldier in the Roman army and stationed in Gaul, Charles de Gaulle, these are the Celts, modern-day France, he experienced a vision which became the most repeated story about his life. One day, as he was approaching the gates of the city of Amiens, he met a scantily clad beggar. He impulsively cut his military cloak in half to share with the man. That night, Martin dreamed of Jesus wearing the half cloak he had given away. He heard Jesus say to the angels, Martin, who is still but a catechumene, okay, clothed me with his robe. In another version, when Martin woke, he found his cloak restored to wholeness. So this is when we remember to find our head again. The dream confirmed Martin in his piety, and he was baptized at the age of 18, 180, half of the 360 wheel. So what was interesting was the Capella, because the cloak is the cape. So I saw Capella, the skull and bone cross. We've just ending the black and white magpie, the two feminine, and we're coming back. The wheel is closing back, and they want to keep the Romulus and Remus masculine axis, Sagittarius and Gemini, Altair and Sirius. So this is Saint Martin de Tours. So as I showed you, the JL cut, L is when we come back to the 12th, between the 12th and the first house. So J is between the 10th, L is the 12th, and we come back to the head, but on mainstream it will be May, and on the correct constellations it's March. So Martin de Tours takes over, he kills the feminine, so we've got at the moment the North Node on Taurus. She is the true May Queen, she is the true Maypole. My great-great-grandmother was portrayed in her most famous photograph of Juliette Cameron, JC, Juliette Cameron, as the May Queen. So this is Martin de Tours. They want to keep us on that skull and bone cross, and Tours represents the Torah, the spin, the tour, the pole. So you can come and read here the Roman cavalry in Gaul, and he wears his cape. So this is the same man as Ophiuchus I showed you. Well, I'll be showing you the pictures again. He has his cape, and the cape represents the cap, which is the tip of the Milky Way, Capella, where the moon is going to be on this 321, 322 on the wands. So between 321, so 21 is 777. Mars is already on Aldebaran, so it's coming between. Just be on 22, it will be on Sirius. Then on 22, it's going to be on Sirius. The moon will be on Sirius. And this is the cape, Capella, the tip. This is when you're either very, very scared, turned to stone, or you've made spirits and you've made it through into the kingdom. Sun and Venus will be in Jupiter's home, and Mercury will be on the true third eye. Covered, I was a year ahead of everything happening. Last year I did lots of videos about this during the fires in Australia, because I was looking at the Aboriginal stories, and it was all coming back to these stories of Capella and the Aboriginal stories, which I can't go into now, the cowherd and the weaver, the cowards, so of the Maori people. So the pillar of heaven, this is Capella, this is the gateway. So this is why Saint Martin wears the cape. So just let's read a little bit here, because this is Altair, where we've got the, this is the Phoenix, this is the triangle, this is 7-7 Aleister Crowley. Aleister comes from Altair, Altair. So you have to come and read this. It's about the spinning, so the summer triangle, there it is. We've got the wolf in the middle, Lupercalia. My village is Aignan in Armagnac, AA. We're surrounded by eagles. I live with eagles. I've got these falcons, Altairs all around us here. So there's a lot to see here, but I want to keep this as quick as possible. So in 1999, it's the spinning, it's the rotor, it's the 4x4 wheel spin. Rotates rapidly with a rotational period of about 9 hours. So this is all the dates, 7. So this is all that, so we're going to have the fifth wave. We're going to have the fifth wave. This is this period in this last leg. And then coming to this story, I'm going to just read you this story. So, the term AI appeared in Al-Ashka's catalogue. This is the real Ali T. So it was translated into Latin as Volta Volans, which is your VV, the two legs. This name was applied by the Arabs to the Asterium of Altair, AA. That's why AA has got the triangle, and probably goes back to the ancient Babylonians and Sumerians, who called Altair the eagle star. The spelling Altair has also been used there. Okay, so the Kuri people of Victoria, this is Picnic at Hanging Rock, Victoria, also new, and Victoria has got the true, the Union Jack, the merging. They want to keep the fixed signs crucified in the mutable gap, and the cardinal. This is the trick. So, and his two wives, the black swans. This is Princess Diana on her island with the black swans. The people, so she has 4 swans because this represents half the wheel, 180. We've had 2 passages of this solstice line, so that makes the 4 black swans. The people of the Murray River knew the star, a giant Murray cod. This is the Pisces Cetus, who, when wounded, churned a channel across southern Australia before entering the sky. Okay. So there's this other story here, the coward and the wheel, in which Nura, represented by Altair, and his 2 children, represented by Achillai and Achillai. I've done videos explaining this. This is the feminine axis that began the very first Pisces, the original Pisces, Virgo, are separated from respectively their wife and mother. And Vega, the Milky Way. They are only permitted to meet once a year when magpies, so J, from a bridge to allow them to cross the Milky Way. So, you know, it's all about this Milky Way. So, yellow, Asia, fire and red, air, the blood, Kill Bill, Capella, and to keep the red and yellow, Killing Bill, and that's also the LLLL. Okay, this is the Cape. This is the Cape of Capella. This is the Aboriginal flag. This is worshipping Mars, Ra, and this is that famous Mars on Aldebaran coming up. So Alef TAV is the closing, the 4 V's, Bill Gates. Here we've got the 5 stars, the 5th Republic. We're going through this gap, and there's Mars here again. Okay. Here is what's happening right now, the peg in the leg, and this is what I want to show you. Jake. So as they showed us a horse with only 3 legs. Okay, I'm going to show you. Here we come to the wolf, Rolf. So in 1969, so 69 is Cancer, the sun and the moon are closing. I showed you on the sigil, and to make it out, to get your head, you need 96. So on the 22nd of March, this is the 322, the big date. Jake the Peg, Jake is the guy that stormed Buffalo Bill, is Jake. The Peg, this is what I've always been saying, the peg in the leg. BBC is 223, the same thing. This is 223, and BBC is 223. And Mars, you put March is 322, it's the same thing. The BBC, the Jake the Peg. So this is his famous song, Peg in the Leg. So I've got here from last year. I was talking a lot about Rolf Harris last year. This is a video. There were 96 people killed in Hillsborough. This is Martin Kenny, the evil root, Mandela effect. What does Kenny know? This is Armageddon consciousness. I haven't got time to get into 96 fans died. But, you know, we really are going through this loop, this wolf right now. So there's a lot here. We've got that LL, again, the L. So come and see this old video of Armageddon Consciousness. He's also done a very good one on the Eiffel Tower. You have to go back through all his videos. And he's got one out right now about Seattle, which I still have to watch anyway. Again, he's carrying the micro, and I showed in a couple of videos ago, I showed that the micro, so you've got the micro and the macrocosm of the donuts, and it also, the micro is the same as the sigil. The sigil is our, the V of our vision, the two V's, so this is, do you have that double vision of the micro and the macro? And so you see here, this is that vision, this is your ability to have the double vision so that you can merge this expansion and this contraction that we're living now. The skull and bone cross is leaving, this is we're at the last gap now, we're coming back to this contraction, coming back, only 144,000 make it through. So this is the last soldier under the Arc de Triomphe. We've got the 12 legs, and we're coming back to the 8. So you go and read about the Arc de Triomphe and that last soldier, the Tomb Raider hidden underneath. So, main points. Jake Angeli, the leg is the angle, so he's called Angeli. Can you believe that? Jake Angeli, the leg is the angle LL. So 77 Bidden is that LL. Jake Peg leg, Rolf Harris. Harris means the son of Harry. Ra. This is Mars. So AAVV, Enyon, egg leg, araignée, spider, four-wheel drive, Rolls Royce, Range Rover, blah blah, Enyon. I think that you can read that yourself. I'll just leave that like that so you can read that. And then I've taken a little bit from Achille, and let me just show you the pictures. So this is D'Artagnan, last leg. This is Minos, the bull. Buffalo Bill, we saw the other day. He is Mars enters Aries on the day of his birth, 3/26. Oh, sorry, no, it's 2/26, the 26th of February. This is Appy, so you've got your app, you've got Apple. This is the Venus takes 8 years to do her 5 petals. We're coming into the 5th wave. You're either very, very happy or very, very scared. You have to go and watch the deleted scene of Bridget Jones when she presents the book on the 3/3 dates. We just saw that 3/3 dates. You're either going to be very happy, the bull, that's what she shows in her presentation. This is the merging of Jupiter and Mercury, that skull and bone cross, and you're either, you know, this is the split, Venus in Aquarius. Right, come back to these pictures. So there's Lupercalia Festival, the last leg, D'Artagnan, the dart in Enyon. So I live in between these two villages, and I have been through that extensively. It's got his anchor and his micro. This is the red door that she speaks about in the Bridget Jones. So the 3 Martins is all about the twins, the 2 bulls. This is where 8 bulls have been killed every year in my village. The last killing was the year that my dog died, and an alpha male was killed when Venus was on Mars. Jake the Peg, Sirius, the Axis, Sirius, Altair, Romulus and Remus, 2 little boys. So there's Romulus and Remus. This I'm going to be showing you the Louvre in Paris. Louve is a female. She is the she wolf. That's the Cairo. So row, 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 row your boats. Cairo, row. It's the Chiron, and Chiron is currently Chiron is finishing in Pisces. Chiron, the Senator, Mr. TUMNUS, first opened here, finishes the mutable cross in Pisces. So the Chiron, that's why Chiron's Last brought out his video, and it was 29 minutes long. That makes 11:11. That's why Amy Winehouse died at 29, and then I showed you Eliza Pilasky, the pregnant woman with her Sirius dog, died, leaving her four-wheel drive, 29. So Chiron's Last, these people know, they tell us as much as they can, they know the right people will find the information. And here is Rolf Harris. Here is Rolf Harris. He's here somewhere. So the last time that Rolf Harris was in the news was the time of the Australian fires, and he was convicted at 88 years old, again for pedophilia, and this is very interesting, in his RR Range Rover, and they give us this date, they show us Rolf Harris leaves home after 88, the 2 8s, 16, the throat chakra, four-wheel drive, the 2 8s become 1, the equinox and the solstice, and you will see.
Vous regardez une longueur d'avance, vous avez besoin des outils les plus...
So here he is in his car, CB. So C is 3, B is 2, and this is C twice, so this is 322, telling us again, and he's 88 years old in his RR Romulus and Remus, the Wolf Twins, and his song, The Two Little Boys. So here we've had the last, these are the 3 mutable gaps, and we're at the last. This is the Decapitation, and here's Romulus and Remus, and the eagle, Altair. So the wolf represents Sirius. So this was the time of Sirius, and now we're at the eagle. This is the peg in the leg gap. Relax Rolf, Romulus and Remus, King Rolf, summer triangle, wolf in the middle, 2 little boys, and here is the storm. This is the Buffalo Bill guy again, Mars. This is Mars on Aldebaran, which is the 322. And this is the region where I live, which is 32, and they have made 22 communes. So 22 is V, 22 is 66. And you need the last 22 leg to make 88. Okay, 777111, the NHS number, 666, upside down cross, crucified. There you've got the Altair, and this is the EU, this is the using Virgo on the bull, this is Europa, and this is the hat of where I live, the Gascon hat. So Armagnac was the home of the Black Prince, so Momo bin Salman, who's just bought Manchester United, Manchester, and here we've got the cow, the laughing cow. And there's the last leg in 33, Crucifixion, Bordeaux, which is this date that we're having on the 3-3. 777, 21, the time Mercury goes retrograde, and your BG, Fleur de Lis, and there he is, again with his red cape. This is Romulus and Remus, this is Ophiuchus, and this is the Milky Way, killing the Milky Way, Taurus, Scorpio, so that the masculine skull and bone, those who don't make it back into the kingdom, remain, go back on into the underworlds. And there he is. So it's the same bloke as St. George, the fixed cross. They want to crucify the fixed cross into the mutable gaps. This is the St. George. It's the same person, Saint Martin, the dragon slayer. There's the 4 legs. There's the AA. So Aignan in Armagnac. This is the, I've just shown you, the AA of Altair star. It's the triangle. And this is for those who remain in the flesh for the 2024 Olympics, and Puss in Boots, killing the egg, the heads, the 5th wave that we're coming into. You really do have to go over my last videos. So here again is my village. I've explained, I've got the vortex on my land. This is the axis, where I live is this axis of Romulus and Remus. Here's Lupercalia. So I've got 2 Mr. Greens. Mr. Green owns the chateau here where William and Kate came in 2016 to celebrate the eclipse we had on the 21st of the 6th. It takes 216 years for the sun to do this gap that we're moving through now, and 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. So you see I've got Mount Zion here. I've explained all this. We've got the 8 legs of the spider, the labyrinth, which is here, and this is the dart from Aignan, d'Artagnan, which goes into the heart. And we had the last killing of the 8 bulls, and that was why my dog Happy. So you get that. So here, this is where we're at, the last 2 L's, the 4x4 wheel spin. This is the throat chakra, and this makes the 16th frequency, which is 8-8, and 16 is the 7, the last leg to get your heads, to come back to heaven. There they are again, the Tomb Raider, the 3 legs, the 3 V's. It's the 22, 22, 22, but you need to open the tomb to find your last leg. This is the Isle of Man, Manchester. You've got the raven and the eagle. So Merlin, blackbird, raven, same thing. Altair, it's the trip. It's the 3 legs. It's the nuclear bomb pop-off 5G. Isle of Man. A Joker. So there you've got Rolf making the VV, the 2 angles of the Harlequin being closed in, and here is the wolf in that triangle, and this is where we've got tomorrow. Let's go back to now, and we will finish with this. I just have one more thing to show you, and we're finished. So I really am going to have to try and make videos whenever I have a little gap in my work, because otherwise I'll never be able to catch up. So tomorrow we've got the black moon, which is going to carry that energy for the whole month, whilst we've got everything going on in Capricorn. So that's Jupiter's way to, those who want to go off onto the underworld. They will take that energy, and those of us who stay centered and make it through, and who have 360-degree vision right on the wolf. Finish with this little post here. Female wolf is Louve with an R, 18, 9. So 18 is R. So in fact, Pontius Pilate was the PP, and the feather is that last leg. It's the same as the Q. The Q, it's the leg that makes the R. So 18 and 18 is 26, which is the last 8, RR. Is Louvre, landscape with she. So you have at the Louvre the landscape with she-wolf suckling Romulus and Remus. So L is the last leg. You take away Louvre and it's open, to open the tombstone. L, or L with the 7-7. The L is the 7-7, the loop. This is the last president, the 45th, 46th. I can't remember. 45th is the throat chakra. To make the 46, 64, the wheel ending. You've got all that vision. Is to open Tomb Raider, and is to open she, L, is to open Tomb Raider, and is shut by her alone. So you've got the lone wolf. Then it's over rover. Last L, angel. Frame is when you are set up to be caught. A diaphragm, PH, ram, fram, is the opening to the above the belt. So you have to get above. I showed you the hands, the Jupiter, the triangle to open up the sun and the moon dome. You've got to open your wisdom diaphragm to breathe, or you will be eaten by the boa constrictor. This is what's happening with all the planets. Capricorn is constriction. Those who aren't going to make it, if you don't have enough spirit, if you're just matter, you're not going to make it into the kingdom. The diaphragm is a thin skeletal muscle that sits at the base of the chest and separates the abdomen from the chest, Manchester. It contracts and flattens when you inhale. This creates a vacuum effect that pulls air into the lungs. When you exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and the air is pushed out of lungs. There is the micro and the macro, chiro, rho. So rho is an ore, and ore, A-W-E, is also ore, O-R, rho in French is gold. Romulus Remus wolves. You've got to see it's all a projection of the cave. The wolves were born in a cave. Lupercalia, Valentine Festival. You are in the cave, get out whilst you still can. So Louvre meaning this is very important. Louvre meaning each of a set of angled slates fixed or hung at regular intervals in a door, shutter or screen to allow air or light to pass through. Murky light filters through the vertical louvre of the window blinds. In a medieval house, a structure and a roof incorporating openings for the passage of smoke. Same as louver boards below. So the etymology is the lover of lover, louvier. So this is again Cupid and Valentine. This is the dart in the heart. This is the Venus, the two angles of Venus, Venus in detriment and exaltation in Pisces and Virgo. So, or l'ouvert, the opening, ouvre, l'ouvrier, l'ouvrir, to open. So, again, that's the same thing. And I just finished with these pictures and then we're finished. So, again, that golden triangle, there's the Louvre. You've got to get past. There's the frame, J, Jake, JK. And this guy was the wolf, dressed as the wolf, and he's under the frame. And there's the Manchester, and there is the skull and bone cross that they're making into red and blue with Spiker that's been on the blue star. This is the French red, white, and blue, and that will be the 13 stars there. So there he is as a wolf, and the Manchester. This is the J. This is the Spartacans. These are the Greek. When we had the age of Gemini, Romulus and Remus, you had the most evil fighters, the Spartacans. There he is with his Jake and his leg, and that star is only 4. We want the 5 petals. His VV again, 2 little boys. Crocodile Dundee, That is the sigil that I showed you in the beginning. So that's the blue and white mutable cross. You actually see the crocodile there. So Romulus and Remus. JL cut. This is Jacob's organ. This is the Y, and there's Jennifer Lopez. JL cut, we are living it between the 10th and the 12th house, the last leg. This is the throat chakra. It's the opening and the shutting. Joker, JK, Justice League, Jacob's ladder. So you see, you have to look at all the flags that are red, white and green. And we go from the 8s on and we're coming back up to the true, and we're going through this passage on the 322, Alef TAV. You want to find your 5th head's member. Jupiter Jake, Mac Ron, Mac Rowe, remember the tennis player, Mac Rowe, Ron, Ronald Reagan signed the Noahide laws of decapitation. So the Cairo is only the 3 legs, and all these other pictures you've already seen. So I think that we can end. Yeah, this is interesting. Well, you know, the wolf and the sheep. And this is the bass and the treble. Again, the Pac-Man, the last V. And he's got his red hat for the liberty, for the fez cap, the noddy cap, cape. And this is where I live, 32, and that's why Jake, 32, 23 DNA strands. And you've got ER. You've got the ER becomes RR, and Gers is short for German. Okay, darlings, I think we can end here. Thank you very much. I love you. Bye. I knew that would happen. I'm sorry, because I am actually super duper tired. I'm going to go to bed early tonight, but this is amazing. Look, I don't know whether that's the number of the page, but this is the 46 chromosomes and the 23 DNA strands. Everything is created with the angles in the circle. And so the manuscript of the Aurelinda book purports to show how alphabet letters and runes were derived from a basic 6-spoked wheel shape. So that is fascinating. Okay, my darlings, bye-bye.